Howdy everyone, it's Sam. Hope you're doing really well. If you're new around here, hope I can get you to consider liking the content and subscribing to the channel. And if you are a regular around these here parts, thank you very much for the continuous support. Week 2 of the Women's Rugby League World Cup is tonight, kicking off at 11 p.m. Let's get stuck right into the fixtures. Game number 1 of week 2 is emanating from DW Stadium in Wigan. We see England hosting the Canadian Ravens, and England are definitely the favourites coming into this contest as well. And it is also part of a double header because these ladies are going to kick things off at 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and then minutes later we're going to see England versus Papua New Guinea, which should be an absolute belter at 1:30 approximately in the morning. England were, look, they were good against Brazil, albeit it was against Brazil. The final scoreline could have been larger if goal kicking was better. Meanwhile, Canadian Ravens were involved in a great game against the Papua New Guinean Orchids last weekend. They had their chances, Canada. They were pretty solid at parts. Jersey number 14, her name escapes me, but jersey 14 last weekend was outstanding for Canada, in my opinion. I think this will be a tight tussle for the first half an hour or so, but I think England are going to be way too good and they'll run away with it 13 plus. Not an extravagant 13 plus, but approximately 32 points to 12. And game number 2 of week 2 is emanating from MKM Stadium in Hull and is also part of a doubleheader in conjunction with the men's quarterfinals. This one, however, is Papua New Guinea versus Brazil. Unfortunately, I tipped Canada to beat Papua New Guinea last weekend, and the Orchids, they came out absolutely roaring. And Brazil, look, it showed that was only really their second ever fair dinkum game. They had a friendly warm-up the week prior, but you could tell that Brazil, they're still years and years away. Papua New Guinea should win this one in an absolute canter. They were so good to watch, and I dare say of the entire tournament, including the men's side of things, Papua New Guinea, Kumals, Orchids, they have been the best side, the best country to watch. So I'm looking forward to see how much Papua New Guinea should strike against the Brazilian side tomorrow morning, approximately 3 a.m, 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. So go the Orchids. Game number 3 is happening Monday morning, and New Zealand host the Cook Islands, and New Zealand are coming in as the favourites, obviously. And this contest is being played out at LNER Community Stadium out there in York. The Cook Islands last weekend against Australia just got off to the worst start possible. Whereas New Zealand were involved in that match against France and had a tight physical tussle for that first half, and then they just blew away the French side in that second half, showing their class. The Cook Islands should be better for it. They should be better for it. I still say keep your eye out on Kirau, the halfback for the Cook Islands for sure. But I think New Zealand, once again, I think they're going to win this one 13 plus against Cook Islands. And the final game of week 2 from LNER Community Stadium in York is Australia versus France. Australia were outstanding last weekend. I'm glad they put Avania Pelletier out there on the wing. She got herself a double or a hat trick, and I thought she was good. But Sam Bremner at fullback, holy moly, she was on fire. And I thought at certain stages as well, Samaima Taufa did some really good things from the lock position. This side is going to look pretty different this weekend. For example, Jessica Sturgis, she didn't play last week. Shizolka was in for her, and Shizolka had a pretty alright game herself, just quietly. But for example, Jessica Sturgis, expect to see her in the lineup this weekend, and even Keely Davis had a pinch as well. Australia should be too good against France. I expect another tight tussle from the French side, but Australia just going to be way too good. Yo, that's it for me, guys, and that's it for this space. This is the last video. This is the last time that I'm ever going to record because the move to Queensland is happening. So thank you very much for your support. and you might see a couple more vlogs from me over the next week or so, but really the next settled down proper tipping video that you see from me is going to be up in Queensland. So thank you everyone for the support in this first stage of my YouTube career, life, hobby. That's it. It's pretty sad, but it's also really, really exciting. I cannot wait to get up to Queensland. So hope your team wins this weekend, except for the French, and I'll see you guys later.